Hey, Appliance Alliance community, Service Alliance community. We're going live both in the Appliance Alliance Facebook as well as the Service Alliance YouTube, Appliance Alliance podcast YouTube, now Service Alliance. See the badge over here, right here, right here. Anyway, so I'm editing today. Saturday is always my edit day. I have quite a few hours of editing to do. I've already been at it quite a few hours. So I kind of wanted to bring you into that world, what it takes to put the podcast on. I am getting ready to put up about halfway done with the podcast that I'd like to get up by the end of the day. It is the CSR roundtable panel. I'm super excited about that one. There's a ton of great content from ASTI, but I felt like this one needed to get out sooner than later. We, as a group, kind of talked about it and thought that it was going to be a good idea. So, all right, Will, let's bring you into the world. Here we go. So you should be able to see picture in picture. Drop a comment. You followed the little link if you're watching on Facebook. It'll let you then interact with your name, and then I can see it. If not, I can't really see what's going on with that. So this is timeline in Premiere, and you can see it is a longer. It ended up being about a 40 or 50-minute podcast, and some of this has been cut down already. Like I said, I've been working on this for a couple hours, so I'm not looking at the camera. It's because I'm looking ahead at the screen. So, but kind of going through what we went through. So each of these video tracks gets a track that I've already deleted. It's just for tracking purposes. Kind of like over here where I, snap track that big spike. That's just snap tracking. Lets me know how to sync the video and the audio because I record it separately. But then there's a master track from the audio recorder, which I have muted. And then the individual tracks, each of us are wearing, hey, so EJ, brother EJ, checking in on YouTube, one of the partners in Service Alliance Group. He's super excited to see the content, so that's cool. So each of us are wearing lapels, kind of like this guy here. That's what we were wearing in the interview. You can kind of see here on the table, that's the audio recorder going into the little separate units, and each one of us was wearing it. So it takes a little bit of time to sort through the audio so that you're not just like your ears aren't on fire. Host with the most equipment, geeking out. Brother EJ from over on watching us on YouTube. I have a feeling you're going to be my most active. Thank you for playing along, EJ. I appreciate you. You're one of the few. But so let me know. I'm going to play this. Let me know if you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's letting me share the screen. I don't know how it's going to sound or act, or I don't know. Tell me. Hey guys, and welcome to Appliance Alliance Podcast. I am your host with the most equipment, Zach Kreider, and alongside of me is just like the panel of it's kind of little most amazing CSRs behind the scenes into what we're doing. I'm honored to be in this room. Like, I'm just honored to be sitting along. We got someone on Facebook. That I believe really follow the link so I can see your name. I can't tell. I see you interacting, but being here, so I can't see who you are. Follow the link. Leslie Koto. Yeah. Koto. It's the first time I got it right. Anthony. Yeah. So you can see even recording. I don't. I can't speak right. So. What is the business? So here we go. But yeah, then we have another track. So I had both cameras. So you can see we kind of switched camera view, and I'll be switching back and forth. That's the part of the process that I'm in right now. The first half of the audio. So each of these like gaps in here. So each of these big gaps in here is where someone else was talking. And so your ears don't go like, eh. I chop it out. I get rid of it. So that's what tends to take me longer in doing these podcasts. Sorry. My camera is right in the way of me being able to see what's going on with the screen. So that's fun. I got TK calling me. I'll get back to him later. So this is just a piece of it. My newest tool. This is the one that makes my computer lose its mind. It is Isotope. Okay. So each of those first audio tracks first had to be edited to remove the stuff. And then this program allows me, there's a repair assistant. There's some other tools where I can come in and remove, different things. I can also, this is how I can make it sound consistent. So not as much of the voices all over the place and all of a sudden someone blows your eardrums out. I really try and avoid that when I'm in the edit process. So this is kind of the behind the scenes, and it's a test of pushing both to our Facebook as well as our YouTube. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to bring you into the world that is what I do on a regular. I'll bring you in and I'll show you in Audition, which is Adobe's audio, why it kind of takes so long for me to edit the audio here. So you can see there's multiple files, 4 files for each, and then it's doubled, so there's 2. So let's bring in the second half of my voice. And so you see all these sections here in between. You see the big spikes. That's where I'm talking. All right, second half of the conversation. Mark. But that brings us to a very interesting point that we were talking about earlier. You both I can see you now, EJ. Surprise attitude. So I'm sorry, our tech isn't normally like that, right? Like you guys deal with that all the time. So like it's the second half. Like, you're a technician. How do you navigate that situation? Whenever there's been such far. So and then this is what I have to do, so that our voices aren't overlapping when we go in. Now I get rid of Alexis's voice, right? She was talking there, and my mic was customer because you guys kind of hit on picking it. Up. I'll spark that back. But how do you? Yeah. Give any sort of negative feedback to anyone technicians or project? Okay. So I just keep going through. And this is what takes so long. This is why you eat the humble pie, and it's universal. Like, well, you'll see me wearing like headphones when I'm recording. Sometimes you'll see EJ. You'll see TK wearing headphones. It does help us. Helps me to not have to do as much of this stuff. When I go through. You never talk down about your company. So you can see there's quite a lot that has to be done before I can take it back. And then once this file, all those spots where things are overlapping, EJ's being funny. EJ's in two places at once, and so am I. We're breaking wibbly wobbly, timey wimey for you Doctor Who fans out there. Love Doctor Who. I'm a nerd. I'm all around nerd. So yeah, I have to go through, and then so this is just my file, right? This is just my microphone from that conversation. So now let's go ahead and Alexis was talking. So let's go over to Alexis's microphone, and then we'll kind of look at her side of what was going on and kind of give you the other piece of what you're hearing. So
second half of the conversation.
There's me talking, and it's picking up in her microphone.
So, but that brings us to a very interesting. You both actually all the time like the other customers.
There's been such far-fetched ones where I'm like, there's no way, and then I do not side with the customer. Customer's not right in that way, because I know my technician didn't say that. I know for sure. I always approach them and ask them, did you say this? Were you a little standoffish at the house? And then of course they would deny it, but my technician in that case.
So you can see where there's like small.
You guys kind of hit on.
Sometimes you can't tell by the way the waveform looks. I'm so used to looking at, this waveform here. But sometimes if people's voices get kind of quiet,
10% off next job, something, I'll give them something just to ease them.
You eat the humble pie.
so you can see right here, her voice gets really close to the level that my voice is at, picking up in her microphone.
Ease them.
You eat the humble pie, and
Yeah.
it's universal. Like literally every single one of you eats that humble pie. He does it.
Yep.
That's really cool.
And there's V. V's voice is picking up right here. So you got rid of that. So that's kind of what I got to go through. I got to go through and get rid of that, because we also do it on the audio platform. It's not just here on YouTube. It's not just here on Facebook, but it's kind of everywhere. So, and then the program we're using now, StreamYard. I'm hoping Brother B shared it. Shout out to Brother B again, TMM, sharing StreamYard. So I'm just kind of doing some early testing of it to try and figure out if it's going to make it easier for us to capture and record and get the podcasts out and do some of this kind of live streaming stuff. So I'm really excited about that. I like the live aspect of it. But also be able to record content remotely. So we've tried a couple different programs. We've used Riverside, we've used Zencaster, mixed results, and so we're always about trying something different to make sure that we're bringing you the best content possible. We have awesome guests. They have a lot to say, and we want you to be able to hear and see and be a part of the conversation, right? And I don't know, Zoom just doesn't do it for me. I don't know about you guys, but Zoom, the audio and the internet disconnecting and everything that happens in the world of Zoom, we're all kind of sick of Zoom meetings at this point, right? So all these things that happen, we're trying to make sure that you have the best stuff. So by the end of the day, I should have this posted tomorrow at the latest, and it'll be fun. Make sure if you haven't liked us on YouTube, you check it out on YouTube. If you listen on your phone, any of the podcast platforms have it. We push it out from Anchor, and then Anchor distributes it through all the different podcasts. So wherever you get your podcast from, you can watch the video on YouTube where we're broadcasting this other live to. And then we're going to now try and do, if you're in our Appliance Alliance Facebook community, but you're watching us on YouTube or you're not in our Appliance Alliance Facebook community and you are watching us on YouTube, we do a daily devotional and business talk. We've retitled it Morning Grind with the Mastermind. And so now we should be able to push that to both YouTube and the Facebook group. And we have other groups. We have the CSR group too. So we'll be able to push content there for those over in the CSR group. If you are office, right? Owner, CSR, scheduler, whatever your title is, you're in the office, hop on over to the CSR group. I'll drop a link in both places so you can get joined up there. It's really more dedicated towards what they're doing, and that's the conversation that I'm editing today, and that's why I want to kind of push it out. Those lovely ladies brought something to our attention. We want to make sure we can get it out there and share it with the world. So hopefully you guys have a great Saturday, and that's it for me today. I'll be dropping the podcast as soon as possible, and we will see those of you in the Facebook group on Monday morning, just ahead of 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, for Morning Grind with the Mastermind. So have a good day, guys.